The next product that we're going to talk about is Purito's Daily Go-To Sunscreen. So this replaced their old sunscreen, and we actually amazingly still have a tube of this. It's the Centella Green Level Safe Sun. And you'd all be familiar with Purito's SPF scandal, where the SPF was found to have an independently tested protection factor of 19 instead of the stated 50. Now, there are a couple of problems with that. Firstly, there's no universal testing standards for SPF, and there's no universally recognized SPF filters as well. So South Korea, for example, they're fairly advanced in what ingredients they recognise as being effective SPF filters, whereas in Australia we take a much more conservative view of what we classify as an SPF filter. And for that reason, when different parts of the world and different organisations test them, there's not that much homogeneity in SPF standards. But that aside, you would think that it shouldn't be that far away from SPF 50 at least. So 19 was fairly low. And people all over the world, still mourned it because this was a really hot favourite. So it was a chemical sunscreen. It had Sika extracts in it. It came across as quite dewy, but it didn't leave any white cast. I found that on quite dark skin tones there was a little bit of an ashy sheen, but it was certainly workable. So it's something like La Roche-Posay's Anthelios, which I think has that bit of an ashy sheen, but certainly on most skin types people loved it. So this actually went out of the market for a long time, and we've, I think, waited for almost a year for Purito to come out with a new sunscreen, and here it is. So it's the Daily Go-To Sunscreen, and the bottle looks like this. In contrast with its old favourite, it's actually a mix of physical SPF filters and chemical as well. So this contains the physical titanium dioxide filter as well as a host of chemical filters. It also has Sika, and it's got some other really lovely skin ingredients as well. And you can probably be sure that independently tested, this will definitely mark up to its SPF 50 standard. So even though it is partly a physical sunscreen, it's meant to dry invisible on darker skin. So I've just put a little bit of that on my hand, and then as I'm rubbing that in, you can see it's a pretty invisible finish on my dark skin. So that's a yes from me. It is quite nourishing, so I think it would be quite similar to the feel of the other sunscreen in being a little bit dewy. So if you have extremely oily skin, you might want to go for other sunscreens like SVR Sunsecure Blur, which has a slightly mattifying finish. But I think if you've got combination skin or dry skin, this one is going to be ideal for you. So there you have it. You've got two new great products from Purito, the Oat and Calming Gel Cream, which, as we said before, is a great dupe for Crave's Oat So Simple Cream, and the new sunscreen from Purito, replacing its old favourite, Centella Green Level Safe Sun. It's the Daily Go-To Sunscreen.